A title appears. Blind parent speaks out against the Foundation Fighting Blindness. #HowISeeIt challenge.
It used to be, before I was a parent, I could say things like this. I could sit here and I could say, no, campaigns like this are wrong. We can't afford to take this step back. But as a parent, it's real now in a way that I couldn't have even imagined prior to having my son. I couldn't have imagined the reality of how dangerous in real life this really is. This isn't just, oh, this is insulting to blind people, or oh, this shouldn't happen, this is wrong. This could have dire consequences on families.
An image appears of Chris with her baby boy as they laugh and play at a toddler-friendly child play area, followed shortly by a clip of the two of them playing in the floor at home.
I'm a blind parent of an almost 8-month-old little boy. Being a parent is the most amazing thing as far as watching him grow and watching him discover his world. It's also probably one of the most challenging things I've ever done. He and I are a great team. I say that all the time. I love watching him grow, and I love learning with him and watching him learn. I am confident that I can take care of him and I can be a really good parent to him. The idea that you can put on a blindfold, you're taking away something, a sense that they depend on, and then you're having them take care of this little fragile baby who can't do anything on their own and is completely dependent on them. Not only does it probably terrify the person who's trying to take care of their baby because they think, I don't know how I could ever do this if I went blind, but then they start thinking, I don't know how anybody can do this.
The next segment features Chris making 2 different street crossings while pulling the stroller with one hand and skillfully using her white cane with the other.
So then you see a blind parent walking down the street, maybe with their baby in a stroller or in a carrier, or their child walking with them, and maybe they think back to this challenge that they took, and they think, well, it was so hard for me, I don't know how they do it. I walk to and from work with my baby every day, and I am that blind parent now. I am that parent now, out there with a stroller, walking around. When I'm out there with him, I know I'm taking care of him, and I know I have the skills to keep him safe and watch out for him and take care of him. This kind of campaign is basically taking us a step back. It's putting in society's mind the idea that next time they see a blind parent on the street, they should be afraid for them and afraid for their baby. As a parent, I'm not willing to take a step back. I have a baby now. I can't afford for this to go a step back.
In the next segment, we see Chris at home down in the floor helping her baby learn how to stand and how to crawl.
I couldn't wait till he rolled over, and when he tried to sit up, I'd encourage him, and now I can take his hands and help him stand up, and he does most of the work. He can stand up completely on his own. He just can't obviously stay standing. He still needs me to hold his hands at this point. I have to say, now that he's crawling around my little tiny 800 square foot apartment, now he's everywhere. He's moving and he wants to explore his whole world. And on one hand, I love that because he's growing up. But on one hand, it's sad because he's growing up.
In the final segment, Chris picks her son up from the babysitter, who also happens to be blind. Happy to see each other, they head off again with stroller and white cane to catch the bus home.
I love to take advantage of all the time that I can possibly spend with him. I miss him all the time, from the moment that I leave him with the babysitter in the morning until I get him from her in the afternoon, and I just can't wait until we can get finished with that walk home. I get him from the babysitter, I put him in the stroller, and I can't wait until we get home and I can take him out of the stroller and I can play with him. I can put him on the floor and Watch him crawl around and explore his world and play with all his toys.
Closing credits. No step back. To learn what you can do to help, please visit www.nfb.org. We believe the hashtag #HowISeeIt Blindfold Challenge being promoted by the Foundation Fighting Blindness unnecessarily perpetuates negative perceptions and fears about living with blindness. Don't participate. Don't donate. Educate.